Nicole's Nails. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, hi, I am Nicole. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for clicking on this video. Do consider hitting that subscribe button if you enjoy nail polish related content. I upload new videos every single week featuring both indie, mainstream, as well as boutique nail polish brands. If you are in fact a returning subscriber, welcome back. How are you doing? I hope everyone's having a fantastic week. So today's video is for the third anniversary collection from Holo Taco, and the box is fantastic looking. Like, I feel like I enjoy the releases with the boxes more than the releases that don't have the box. There's just something about these boxes that I just genuinely really enjoy. I'll have close-ups of everything later in the video, but this is what the collection box looks like. So this collection is available right now on holotaco.com. So if you are new to the brand, Holo Taco is a US-based brand. Their polishes are five-free, cruelty-free, and vegan-friendly. They are also in 12 ml size bottles. So as I mentioned, this is the third anniversary collection, so this collection is limited edition. I do not think it's going to be restocked once it's sold out. So definitely get on the website and order it because it's probably going to go fast. So as per usual, I will have links down in the description box to where you can purchase these polishes, the Holo Taco social media pages, my social media pages, as well as a link to my blog post on nicolelovesnails.com where I post all of my swatch photos. I feel like, I don't want to spoil it, but I feel like this collection is going to make a lot of people very happy just because I saw a lot of complaints about how there weren't any like glitter or sparkle or holo in the last collection. This collection's got all the sparkle. So let's just get into this video and I'll talk about my thoughts at the end. First up, we have Blacklisted. The brand describes this as a mirror-like near black metallic foil finish polish with a touch of scattered holographic. Blacklisted had a pretty good formula. It was on the thicker side, and to be honest, I didn't love application with the skinny Holo Taco brush. I did end up swapping out my brush on the third coat because I just wanted to show how it applied with like the skinny brush. And so then I swapped out coming up here, just because that's just the brush that I prefer to use, and I decided that I was going to do what I wanted to do. All the flakes and the sparkles and glitters and whatnots in here all spread very evenly and easily. For personal wear, I would likely wear this one in 2 coats, but from my full hand swatches, I did use 3 coats, with the exception being my pointer finger, which was in 2 coats. I realized when I was adding top coat that there was a little bit of transparency on my tip, so 3 coats for everything else, but again, personal wear, I like this one in 2. This polish was super holographic and very sparkly in person. Usually I'm morally against adding a matte top coat to holographic polishes, but because there are like flakes in here, I decided to add a matte top coat and it looked really cool. I think in here it's going to dry down like super textured. 1 coat of top coat smoothed it out completely for me. Removal will be on the more messy side if you try to scrub this one off due to the flakes and the scattered holographic. Next up, we have Smokeshow. The brand describes this one as a holographic glitter polish with a unique blend of different sizes of glitters, including hexagon and squares, sitting in a dark gray jelly base. Smokeshow had a really great formula. It was on the thicker side, but really what I would expect from a polish that just has so much glitter in it. If you are new to this type of formulation, glitters, flakies, and these type of specialty components tend to be a bit thicker than say like a creme polish or even like a shimmer polish. I found all the glitters spread very evenly and easily. They do give off quite a bit of texture. I did pair this one with a glitter smoothing top coat just to help it get like perfectly smooth. I always find pairing a glitter smoothing top coat with my quick dry top coat gives these types of polishes a perfectly glossy, smooth finish, much better than say using just 2 coats of your quick dry top coat. So I think this one's going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your nail length and personal preference. Those of you with shorter nails will likely be good in 2 coats. I swatched this one in 3 coats. I think for personal wear, I likely would do 2 coats with 2 coats of top coat, but for my swatch photos, I did use 3 coats. As I mentioned, this polish does dry down textured, and due to it being a glitter, it's going to be hellish to remove if you try to scrub this polish off. I personally use a peel-off base coat, but soaking this polish off will also be a really smart move, just to make removal very easy. Next up, we have Highest Bidder. The brand describes this one as a scattered microflake holographic polish in a soft gray. Highest Bidder had a pretty good formula. It does start off a little bit sheer, so you'll definitely want to build this one up just to reach full opacity. I found that in 2 coats, it was just a little bit uneven and a little sheer. I could see my nail line pretty obviously. So I think this one likely will be a solid 3-coater just to get it perfectly opaque. As you're seeing here, I did end up swapping out my brush once again. I just prefer the wider brush, especially with these types of formulations. So the flakes all spread very evenly and easily without giving off any texture. You won't need any special top coats to get this one perfectly smooth. I will say that the holographic flakes in here, they're not as like in your face holographic as the previous glitter polish. I found that my studio lighting, they were pretty washed out, but in sunlight, I could definitely see that beautiful holographic sparkle. This one looks fantastic. Once again, I am morally opposed to adding a matte top coat to holographic polishes, but I couldn't help myself, so I tried it with this, and I kind of liked it. It kind of reminded me of cement in a weird way. Nothing in here is going to dry down textured or be overly difficult to remove. I will say if you scrub this polish off, it will be on the more messy side. Next up, we have Featured Guest. The brand describes this one as a subtle dove gray, nearly white, crelly base with a delicate dose of holographic flair. Featured Guest had a pretty good formula. It starts off very sheer and very uneven. You will definitely want to build this one up in 3 coats just to reach full opacity and remove any light spots on the nail. I found that this one benefited the most out of using the wider brush just for my own personal preferences. If you were not already aware, a white linear holographic is the hardest of all the linear holographics to make, just because that pigment grays out your base, so it's impossible to have like a stark white that is also a linear holographic. It's impossible. This one does come very close. This does look, it's like a super, super, super pale gray that is like an off-white shade. I will say I think this one's going to be the most difficult for people to apply. I had a little bit of difficulty with it. Like I mentioned, the room that I was doing when I was swatching, it was super humid and I just like struggled with this polish. I ended up having to take it off and redo it just because it came out looking terrible. So definitely make sure if there's like a lot of humidity in your room, take care of that before you're applying this polish.
Why, hello there. Stormy, you coming too? Hey. Do you want to say hi to everyone? Oh, you're scaring away the rooster.
I swatched this polish in 3 coats. Nothing in here is going to dry down textured or be difficult to remove. You will want top coat just to give it a nice glossy finish. And here is a comparison between Not Milky White, Featured Guest, and Circuit Breaker just to show that it's not white and it's not like a normal silver holographic. And the final polish in this release is called Reflective Taco. This is a reflective glitter polish in a clear base. This is meant to go as a topper, so I know like you're not seeing anything over on my bare nail. Just give me a second, I'll show you. So this polish also had a really great formula. I was very surprised that the base on this did not feel nearly as thick as I expected it to be. If you are new to reflective polishes, they tend to be on the thicker side of normal. Not difficult to apply, just that the base tends to be thick due to those reflective pigments. They are also very top coat hungry. They dry down very textured. Here I am showing Reflective Taco over Work Besties. I did pair this one with a glitter smoothing top coat before going in with my quick dry top coat. If you are new to reflective polishes and potentially new to my channel, I personally prefer to show them in natural sunlight with no added lighting, just so you can better see how these will look to you in person with your own eyeballs. I don't like to use any extra lighting for these just because I feel like that kind of makes them look not quite like what your eyes see in person. I've ranted about this before. And finally, my least favorite way to show this type of finish is using my phone flash. Your eyes will not see this or any reflective polish like this in person. It is just not how our eyes see these types of finishes. As I mentioned, this polish will dry down with some texture. I did find that with 2 coats of top coat that it wasn't quite as smooth as it was when I used a glitter smoothing top coat and then my quick dry top coat. And because I feel like people are going to ask how this compares to some of the other Holo Taco toppers, here I have it compared to the holographic toppers. And as you can see, the reflective taco is going to be a silver glitter with a silver reflect. It's not holographic. It's going to look very different in sunlight. Here they are in the natural sunlight. Again, no added flash. This is just like sunlight. Reflective taco is on my middle nail. Speaking as someone who likes reflective polishes but honestly hates photographing them, I like this topper. I think it's a nice addition to the Holo Taco lineup. You can basically put this over any color and make any polish a reflective polish. Removal will be on the more difficult side due to those reflective glitters. I would not suggest scrubbing this polish off, soak it off, or wear a peel-off base coat. Okay, so final thoughts. Overall, I really like this collection. I will say when I was doing my swatch, when I was doing my full hand swatches, I was having a lot of issues applying the polishes. I did later realize that it wasn't the polishes themselves, but actually it was just like it was ridiculously humid in the room and it was hot. And that was like affecting how the polishes were applying. So if you are living somewhere where it's like hot out and humid, I would highly, highly, highly suggest getting your inside temperature regulated before applying these, because like the added humidity just made these like really, really difficult for me to apply. When I was doing my live swatches like a week or so after I did my full hand swatches, I did not have any issues with the polishes, but I did end up swapping out the skinny brush that these come with a wider brush. So I ended up just using some replacement brushes that I purchased from KB Shimmer for the polishes, because I personally prefer like a thick brush, and these polishes all came with the Holo Taco thin brush, which isn't my personal favorite. And I kind of feel like when I have like a lot of components and doodads in the nail polish, I really prefer like a thicker brush, or I tend to have to do thicker coats to try to get the polish to apply easier for me. So I think my top pick. So I completely spaced and forgot to say what my top picks from this release are. I am definitely going to go with Smokeshow and Featured Guest. But like this collection with all the holographic and the glitters and the sparkles, I was very happy with it. I will say when I initially did the swatches, when I was having such a hard time and I thought it was the polishes themselves, I was really just like annoyed and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to give a bad review. But then when I was doing my live swatches and I realized all the issues I was having was just based on like the humidity and the heat in the room and not the polishes themselves, I completely changed my mind on how I felt about this collection. I really, 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 really love this collection. But honestly, holographic and glitter, like you got me there. So I would love to know what everyone else thought of this collection. If you were unhappy with the lack of sparkle in the last collection, did this collection make you happy? Let me know, because I like to see everyone's opinions on polishes. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet already. And don't forget, hitting like also helps my channel out a ton. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye! So I forgot to mention prices for this collection. So each polish is going to range between $13 to $14. The collection box, which you are seeing here, is priced at $67. The collection box is extremely limited. You will be able to purchase the polishes for a little bit longer, but usually these collection boxes do sell out pretty quickly. And yeah, I thought this box was really gorgeous. I apologize that it's all the way at the end of the video, but I just kind of couldn't decide where I wanted to stick it in. So I'm just like, I'll just throw it in here all the way at the end. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!